What's up? Police Sports Gamer here, and I got a controversial video to make, but I'm gonna make it anyway. This video is gonna seem like it's anti-transgendered people, but no, it's not. This is a pro-woman video I'm gonna make, and it's about the House GOP passing a bill banning transgendered men from playing in women's sports. So before I get into it, I appreciate a like, comment, especially a comment on this subject, and a subscription if you will. I normally would not make this kind of video, but screw YouTube. They've basically suppressed my channel, shadow banned me. Nobody's ever seen these videos. So I'm gonna stop making videos on my political side also, as with my sports and gamer side. I got nothing to lose. I'm not monetized anyway. So I'm gonna just tell you my opinion on various topics through the months. So if you like that, please subscribe. Thanks. So let's get into this topic. House passes GOP bill blocking transgender girls, which are actually men, and women from participating in school sports. The legislation, called the Protection of Women and Girls in Sports Act, makes it a violation of Title IX of federally funding education programs to allow people assigned male at birth to participate in athletic programs designated for women. It prohibits federal funding to institutions that allow people assigned male at birth to participate on women's sports team or in events. It passed the House on a 219-203 along party line votes. The legislation comes at a time when numerous states are passing similar laws banning transgender students from participating on sports teams that align with their gender identity, as the GOP continues to champion culture war issues. First of all, correct me if I'm wrong, over the years, the Democratic side has always said, oh, they're pro-women, they want to see women succeed, they want to see them rise up in the corporate rankings, they want to see them more and more at the top, making more money, which I agree on that also. Men and women should be treated equally, in my opinion. So when you see that males are participating in female sports, and every single Democrat in the House voted for males participating in female sports, why would any women vote for Democrat? They are obviously not pro-women. They're pro-transgendered males and females. It blows my mind that any women who were born women would actually favor transgendered females, which are men, to participate in women's sports. It is obviously unfair to the women. I just don't get it. But that's my opinion. We'll continue on with this video. Representative Greg Steube from Florida first introduced the legislation, which has 93 Republican co-sponsors. He said in a release the bill protects the integrity of women athletic competitions and ensures a level playing field for female athletes. Representative Virginia Foxx of North Carolina, one of the bill's co-sponsors, called it a bill of common sense piece of legislation. Yes, it's common sense. Leah Thomas, anyone, broke records going against women. He couldn't compete against men. He grows his hair long, and now he's either winning or coming close to winning in these women events. It's not fair. You see that in like track and field events too. It makes it sick even more as these men are going in girls' locker rooms. They still have their parts, and they're going in the locker rooms bare naked, looking at females who are changing. It's like sickens me that this is allowed, that I don't understand how this is allowed in schools. I don't understand. I'm all for you do what you want to do. If you want to be a girl, that's fine. Be a girl. Wear a wig, grow your hair, dress in dresses. I don't care. If you're a female, cut your hair, wear men's clothes. I don't care. Do what you want to do. Do what makes you happy. But when you ruin the integrity of, say, sports, that's a different story. It discriminates transgenders from playing sports. You can play sports, but if you were born a male, you try out for male sports. And if you're born a female, you try out for female sports. It's not rocket science, it's simple. But yet these people who are on the borderline that can't make the male sports go like grow their hair and say, oh, I have a better shot at female sports, you would have to argue with me on saying Leah Thomas is swimming with girls because that's what he feels like he belongs. No, he's swimming with girls because he couldn't compete against the men and he could compete against the women, so he's doing that. Anyway, let's continue. Democrats have widely criticized the bill. Massachusetts Representative Jim McGovern, a top Democrat on the House Rules Committee, called it a bill a sick joke and compared it to weaponizing the federal government for Republicans' proposed meddling in local soccer teams. Republicans are obsessed with attacking and bullying trans people. It's cruel, frankly, it's creepy, and it's really rotten thing to do. This is what the Democrats do. They attack you saying what they think the narrative wants to hear. Republicans are not attacking trans and bullying trans people. They are protecting women in women's sports. And if you think otherwise, you're wrong, in my opinion. Republicans are just protecting. They're not bullying. Like I said, if these trans people want to play sports or do anything that involves gender, they try out what they were born as. It's simple. And this goes along with states passing these bills. And I don't blame them. They're protecting women. It would blow my mind if regular women, biological women, are against this. It would blow my mind. So in Kentucky, state legislature voted to override Governor Andy Beshear's veto on one of the nation's most extreme anti-trans bills. The bill became law and includes banning all gender-affirming medical care for trans youth in the state. And this is another thing. These Democrats and liberals are pushing kids to change their genders. Kids are highly impressionable when they were young. And they keep hearing, oh, you should be a girl if you're a guy, and you should be a guy if you're a girl. That's not unfair to the kid. Let them become an adult. Then they could decide what they want to do. If they want to damage their body and be on drugs the rest of their lives. But don't try to influence when they were kids. Utah became the first state this year to ban gender-affirming healthcare for transgender youth. 9 other states have introduced bills targeting such healthcare access for transgender and gender non-conforming people. Kansas, Missouri, Montana, New Hampshire, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, and Virginia. And of course, our fearless leader, freaking Joe Biden, who's just a puppet going along with this liberal ideas. He sold his soul to become president, agreeing to anything they say they want him to do. So Biden's going to veto it. It's unlikely the legislation will receive enough votes to pass in a Democratic-controlled Senate. If it were to move to the president's desk, President Joe Biden plans to veto it. The administration, in a statement of administration policy, said the bill would deny access to sports for many families by establishing an absolute ban on transgender students, even those as young as elementary schoolers, playing on a team consistently with their gender identity. We're not banning anyone from sports. If you're a boy, you try for boy sports. If you're a girl, you try for girl sports. Discrimination has no place in our schools and our playing fields. It's not discriminatory. It's protecting, not discriminating. The Education Department recently proposed its own rule for including transgender students in K-12 and college sports. It would allow bans in some cases, but the regulation would prevent colleges and schools from banning all transgender students from participating in any sport. Some advocates worry that there is an opportunity to bar young people from participating in athletics that align with their gender identity. We are concerned about whether the proposed rule can properly eliminate discrimination that transgender students experience due to pervasive bias and ignorance about who they are. This is the same guy who can't define what a woman is. That's another thing. Can't define what a woman is. The intent here is make sure we provide opportunities for all students and protect all students' ability to participate in athletics. That includes our LGBTI population. A lot of feedback on how difficult it is and how nuanced it is. So this video, you heard my take. I'm not anti-trans. Hopefully you don't think I am anti-trans. I said you could be whatever you want to be. If you want to participate in sports, you should be only to participate in what gender you were born at. That is my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. And one final thing, if this goes through that transgender males can participate in all female sports, I wouldn't be surprised if you see a wave of transgenders playing in women's sports all over the country, college, WNBA, Olympic women's hockey, anything. Olympics. If you're on borderline from making the boys team but don't make it, why not go for the girls team if you're allowed? You could be a star. So we all know this is gonna not go through the Senate, and if it by some miracle it does, Biden will veto it. So this is a non-issue. It's not gonna go through. And I don't know why any women would vote Democrat. I really don't know, because they're not protecting themselves. You don't hear the headlines that women in power, women should move up in the world, which I agree, they should. and could and will. But now they're all transgender this, transgender that. Not about women. They don't care about women anymore. So why are you going to vote for them? I don't understand. So let me know what you guys think. I want to hear what you think about this transgenders playing in women's sports. And if it's fair, please comment below and like and subscribe. Thanks. See ya.